Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. No, I am not reviewing JoyToy Orc Commandos from their Warhammer 40k line again. I am showing you what I used to make a Warhammer Age of Sigmar fantasy orc. I use these two because I wanted his body and hands and legs, but his head. Bit expensive way of doing it, but I think if JoyToy wanted to do Age of Sigmar or Fantasy Orcs, it wouldn't be that expensive because they've got some heads they can use and some body parts and dimensions they can use already. So with the parts you have left over, you can make your own addition to your 40k orcs who I've got here. Just looking around thinking, does this gun work? I'm not quite sure. He's just sitting there. So this is the addition. I'll leave them out so you can see the other things that I've changed. And on the one that I've made for Age of Sigmar or Fantasy, I've also repainted him a slightly darker shade of green. And I do apologise in advance because it was a very quick paint job. I'll leave the boxes there too. Didn't take too long over it. And I got some weapons from some cheap plastic toys I picked up here in China. And I painted them so it looks more fantasy. So are we ready to see my fantasy little orc here? Do I want to do him with two weapons in his hands first, or one in the shield? Let's do one in the shield to begin with. Okay, I will stick him next to this guy here. Dying, very, very simple, quick, easy, custom. And you can see straight away the green is different. The weapons came out pretty well. I also got this little axe room, which I've done here, which was just a plain plastic, and I just sort of painted that up to look a bit more fantasy, I guess, or a bit better. I don't know, these weapons, maybe I should do them as a Savage Orc, but I don't really want to do the painting for a Savage Orc. Okay, so let's get a closer look at him, and you'll see my shoddy paint works. I didn't file or sand the joints or anything, but let's get the focus going on. I think he looks pretty good. In fact, I'm very happy with the results. I mean, maybe I should have done the pants, the trousers in brown and that little strap there in black instead. But, you know, for a quick bash, I think is awesome. That's not me being sort of proud of my work, but I do like the way it turned out. That green particularly, I think, just works so well. A little bit of shading and inking in there. Bit of rough dry brushing just to highlight some of the details, but I think it looks pretty cool. Shield had to cut part of the handle away at the bottom just so he can hold it nicely. Haven't finished painting the bottom of that yet. Or he can have his two weapons like this. Now, I haven't varnished him yet, or anything like that, but I will get around to it. That looks far more orchid having shield if you ask me. Was that Chewbacca or an orc? I'm not quite sure. War! That's a question. Is there a fantasy equivalent of Daka Daka? I don't think there is there for the orcs. Yeah, I'm happy with the way that turned out. Now, if I were a rich man, I'd be buying lots of these to make lots of orcs, but I certainly can't afford it in terms of money or space. Okay, so he does look very nice in my humble opinion. I do like that a lot, I do have to say. Now, I'm still debating whether I should put the vest back on him. Paint this up a little bit. Maybe I'll do that and brown the straps as well, or maybe, not even the vest, maybe highlight the sort of icon here on the front with a gold bit of dry brushing or weathering on that. I quite like him bare-chested. Now, obviously, the fantasy orcs at the moment we get are either very, very cheap plastic ones, or we go for the rather good Boss Fight Studio ones, of which I have quite a few, but none that I can find here. I think they're in Malaysia. But what I do have is other Boss Fight Studio figures, so we can do a comparison and see how it scales, how he scales with a Boss Fight Studio figure. Let's just get this up slightly. There we go. Get the zoom in. I think this poor Boss Fight Studio figure is going to be in for a hard time. A, because this guy's an orc, and B, because he's massive in comparison. Yeah, look at the size difference there. I'm not sure my my wanderer, my little barbarian, is going to have much luck. He's brave, but that might be too foolish this time. This guy is just going to be overwhelmed in terms of pure aggression and size and bulk and strength, you would imagine. You have to be skillful, but more than skill's going to be needed. You have to cut that orc so many times to actually kill him that he may not survive the process. So very quick and easy fantasy orc using JoyToy Warhammer 40k orcs. Not the cheapest way of doing it, I'm sure, but it does show the possibilities of doing Age of Sigmar in the future if JoyToy want to pursue that license. I think he looks fantastic, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think, and any other ideas for doing sort of Age of Sigmar orcs in 1/18 scale. Let me know what your ideas are too. I know some people have done it with like Marvel Universe or Marvel Legends series Hulk figures before, but I really like the way how this one turned out there. I think it looks pretty cool. Just wish the legs were a little bit longer on these orcs as well, but never mind. Okay, if you like this sort of content, please consider joining the Patreon, link in the top right. We currently have prize draws going weekly for JoyToy prizes sponsored by JoyToy themselves. So it is worth joining, even just for that, let alone the content, seeing it early, and any extra stuff I do post up there. Feel free to like this video, please subscribe to this channel, and please smash that notification icon bell so when I publish new content, you are notified and you don't miss it. Okay, I will see you in the next video. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.